Hello everybody and welcome back to Crusader Kings, where we are currently out of debt and at peace. This feels really weird. We have a lot of investment work to do though, and that is definitely something that we're going to work on today. There's going to be a big amount of investment that needs to happen to make sure that we can retain this position. You can definitely see our power is increasing in both economy and military, and that is wonderful. We're going to want to create some titles most likely at some point soon-ish. We are only illustrious because we lost a level of fame last episode due to our extreme amounts of stress that we're generating. Being both paranoid and greedy is rough, as well as being both lover's poxed and hunchbacked. Yeah, this guy is not the most popular of kings. He's also a recluse at this point, and a drunkard. Yeah, it's not going super well for him, but actually it's going better than some of the others, so that is great. We are going to need to create titles due to vassal limit issues, but for now I'm not too concerned about that. Let's just go through here and see if we can find some solid investments, like for example upgrading this temple, and upgrading the city once we have the cash for that. We did just finish increasing county control. There are more counties, I believe, that require additional control. Council, that's what we want. No, these are all good now. I was under the impression both of these needed it, but I guess they both improved. Okay, sounds good. We're going to organize levies for now, maybe? Actually, I'm thinking about training commanders right now. Yeah, I think that'll be fine. If we need to go into organizing levies, then that's fine. Our level of splendor just went up. That's always good. And we're currently about 18 months away from this castle finishing up, and we have quite a bit of work to do there. We do need to finish up our mangonels and our burrs, and our battlements will need to happen as well soon enough. Now, this is being exposed, but we're making some solid progress on our technology, so that's good to see. Now, we are currently working with having scientific on all of our rulers first before we start going into the wealth tree, but that's okay. We can always change that later on if necessary. There's a new stewardship perk. Great, so we're going to take avaricious here. And of course, that is going to boost our holding taxes by 15%. And give us +2 stewardship, which is not bad either. Up to over 100 gold per month incoming. That is magnificent. Very pleased to see that one. A lot of these are currently fairly maxed out, but we do need to continue to grow these. How close are we to some of our gold generating decisions? 1131 and 1131. Okay. The Independence faction is disbanding repeatedly, and I'm super happy to see that. We can go ahead and upgrade these pastoral lands. They created another Independence faction, but I don't expect us to have further factionalism in this life. Unless we make a big mistake, which is a possibility, to be sure. But we need to consolidate our personal power and then think about expanding to the rest of this, right? That's going to be fairly important for us. We also need to work on our technology. That's going to be important. But luckily, that is coming along nicely. Ah, okay. So he's using his hook on us. Yeah, fair enough. We knew that that was going to be a thing. Not necessarily that exact choice, but yeah, that's expected, to be sure. Let's go ahead and go through our prisoners here, see if there's any... Wait, that's ransoms. I want to imprison criminals. See if there's any here that's 100%, or very, very close to it. 87. Ooh, that's 100. Done. Okay. And we'll go ahead and ransom her back for 50 gold. And then that was in this area. So 82, 87, 60, 79, 0, 67. Here's 100. Excellent. So this one will be the next one, Taishi Tamachi. And we'll go ahead and ransom this lady back for 50 gold. 83. 93 is maybe worth rolling. I'm going to go ahead and roll that. 7% chance of failure. Excellent. And we'll ransom him back for 9 gold. Okay, sure. And 100%. Excellent. So we'll ransom him back as well for 50 gold. Hello, pause menu. Perfect. And we are then going to come through here again. You know what? We'll take the 75 prestige. Excellent. So this city needs to be upgraded. There we go. This temple needs to be upgraded. Yeah, there's a number of things here that need to... And that will take some time. But that's okay. We have the time at this point. And that is something that I'm very pleased to say. We've not had time for quite a long time. That's for sure. But this is a nice little breather for us. When this guy dies, we should expect additional factionalism, but this guy should have an easier time than this guy did. This guy got pretty lucky. I'm not going to lie about that. We do have a dynasty legacy available here, and... I mean, popular opinion would not be a terrible thing to get right now. This will go into that title creation cost, into building cost reduction, powerful vassal opinion. Yeah, I think that law is a good tree to go down at this point. So let's go ahead and do that. Excellent. So that popular opinion on its own is going to be a pretty big deal because a big number of our factions and a big amount of the problem that we've been having is these populist factions. Like this one. This one would have been a problem not long ago. Let the traitor be known to all or throw her in jail. We'll throw her in jail. Perfect. And we do need a new chancellor then, and that will actually be this guy, I think. Yeah, that'll be fine. We are working on domestic affairs, which is good. That is what we want. This guy wants an alliance. I'm not interested in alliance. Okay. So progress is ongoing here. We do need to upgrade this temple, which will be done shortly. As soon as we get a payday here. There we go. Fantastic. 1st of January, 11:30. So we've got a good amount of time here yet to work on getting our power consolidated. We are at some point going to want to move into the high medieval era, but of course, we're still missing 7 innovations for that, so that's quite a number. We are going to get mangonels and burrs in 14 and 13 years, respectively, so that is solid. We are 2 direct vassals above our limit right now, and we might want to start thinking about dealing with that. We can create a lot of duchies, and we can create a kingdom. That said, we are lacking in some cash right now, and I really do want to get all of these upgraded before we start tackling things like that. So the next upgrade would be over here, in theory, and we can actually do that right now. So we'll build those libraries. Wooden barracks have been constructed in Sharga and also in Bulgan-Ul, so that is... And there's our castle up here. Excellent. Next payment, we're going to get some hunting grounds here for 100 gold. Anytime that payment comes in. Either way, we'll attend it. We lose stress either way. So that should be fine in theory. There we go. There's those hunters' lodges coming in. Excellent. This guy escaped. Sure. That is very rude of him, but okay. Ooh, 75 prestige. That's always nice. I really want to be able to do these, but not for another year. That's when it's going to be available. It is not available right now. But hey, 32 more stress gone. That brings us down to stress level 0. That's fantastic. Our concubine is bearing our child. That's slightly surprising. Okay. This guy's not been... Actually, he's been more successful than I thought with the whole children thing. Yeah, that's been going fine. Excellent. We can host a feast. We're not going to. We're going to continue working our way through these upgrades over here. This is top priority at this time. I would love to get this upgrade going. Why is our income dropped? It's dropped pretty substantially, too. Maybe just the vassal limit? It's a possibility. We can create this duchy. I mean, it wouldn't hurt to work our way back up in the level of fames. So that goes then de jure to this guy, and we'll grant that to him. Show only recent titles. There we go. He becomes our vassal, which isn't, you know, super helpful. Okay. We could maybe just ransom these prisoners off at this point. You know what? I'm going to do it. I'm just going to ransom all of our prisoners at this point. I think the money is more useful to us. If they immediately begin factionalism again, then that's okay. But I kind of feel like they won't. This one might. We could potentially do something about this guy. He's the wrong religion, but we could demand conversion. There's a small chance that he'd accept. Very small. And there is a faction created against us, but we'll see how much I end up regretting that in a little bit. But for now, what we're mostly interested in doing is creating these duchies. So we're going to do that, and this de jure goes here. Okay. Now that doesn't change our direct vassal issue. Some of these may, but many of them will not. So we'll create this one. Yeah, there's an independence faction. We're not surprised about that necessarily. And we'll grant this. Are you not in our realm? You're not in our realm. How rude. We're going to grant it to... This guy is already a duke. This guy's a Khan. I guess we'll grant it to this guy. Okay. Sure. So that doesn't really help us either. Many of these won't, is the thing. I mean, this one won't either. We can already tell that. But that'll go to this Khan, and maybe it'll help his opinion a little bit. So we'll grant him the duchy. He gains 60 opinion of us. He's pretty upset. So there's that. A lot of it is because we're at peace, and yeah, that's going to be a thing. That's going to remain a thing for a while. Okay. Unfortunately, transferring vassals because we're greedy costs us a lot of stress. This is a county tier realm, though, and I'd like to grant this guy... You're not part of our realm despite being the same color. Okay. Never mind. Not this guy. But instead, this guy. We'll grant him this vassal over here. 80 stress because we're greedy. Yes, that is a thing. And I kind of hate it. Now, is this an independence faction? No, this is a populist faction. Okay. A single populist faction isn't that big of a deal. We knew that this would likely be brewing when I rather released a bunch of those vassals. We can ransom this guy back to himself, and we'll go ahead and do that for the cash. But we're also going to create this duchy over here, which I suspect is also not going to be too great for us. This guy's already a duke, but we'll grant him the duchy, and one vassal goes with. So that's actually great. Still 2 direct vassals above. Okay. He accepted that. And when are these guys going to pop? 7 months. Okay. I mean, it's mostly a populist faction. I'm not too concerned about just this one if there's no other factions behind it, which it actually looks like there aren't. So that seems great to me. I'm fairly pleased about that. Yes, I will attend your... Better be worth my time, though. As soon as we get another payment, we're going to make this duchy and continue to work our way up in the fame. Actually, we should look around for a duchy that is going to properly transfer. Like, not this one. Maybe Pomerania? No. Okay. Maybe Pomerania. No. It's already got a Khanate. Maybe down here? Doesn't really look like it to me. Bohemia? No? Okay. So in that case, we're probably just going to save up and make the Kingdom of Estonia. Not that I'd necessarily... Well, the Duchy of Livonia and... Yeah, those duchies could be merged in. That could... So she wants an alliance. She's not powerful enough. I decline. We'll go ahead and make the Kingdom of Estonia as soon as we can. We'll imprison this person. Fantastic. And ransom them back for 10 gold. Okay. I was hoping for a little more. We have a son. That's fine. And where are these guys going to raise at? They're actually right on the cusp here, aren't they? We may be able to avoid this popping. Let's see what happens if we switch over to organized levies. They're still at 84 for now. You can see that number going up. $80. But it's still going up. And they're right at the threshold. So I think that it's not going to happen. Yes. Okay. Fantastic. I would prefer that. Definitely. I would definitely prefer that faction not being a thing. So... Wait. What? Threshold dropped. Okay. That makes more sense. That makes a lot more sense. Okay. You suppose we can do anything about this gentleman? 5 opinion for 150 gold and 80 stress. That is not much. Not much at all. Okay, that's exciting stuff. I mean, I'm willing to bet he won't accept this. Okay. I'm willing to bet he won't accept this here. Are you landed? Like, what's going on here? No? There we go. He actually would accept this. Do it. That'll solve the problem. This religion is evil to us, but they consider us hostile. So yeah, that works fine. Do it. Okay. We should now be allied here. Right? Oh, that's our granddaughter. I'm dumb. I'm not going to break that betrothal. Let's go for this one instead. We're going to go for our daughter this time. There we go. Yeah, I should have checked that. That was a granddaughter. It needed to be a daughter, but that's okay. No problem there, and let's go ahead and make the Kingdom of Estonia here. No, not the Empire of Khazaria. Actually, we should be making these Empire titles at some point, but for now, that's not going... Hello, pause menu. That's not going to be a thing. We're going to go ahead and give that... Where's the de jure capital here? Up here? Sounds good. We're going to give that to this guy, and we're going to grant him a title. Khanate of Estonia. There we go. And we will see if he'll... Is he already converted? He is already converted. Fantastic. So now this is going to be a whole lot of stress here. But I'd like to give him this vassal. And I'd like to give him this vassal over here. Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, we're very stressed because of that. We do lose 32 stress. That's helpful. And this tooltip isn't opening anymore. Are we over our vassal limit right now? We're at our vassal limit. Okay. I'm just going to right-click that to make that go away. Seems like that's a... Excellent. Also, this faction here, all of these seem to be broken. Do we have a powerful faction right now? No. I'm going to right-click that, make that go away. Okay, now this is working correctly. Excellent. So we're going to extort our subjects. I'm sure they'll love that. Everyone will pay. 750 gold. Fantastic. We're also going to sell minor titles and see what ends up happening. Hopefully it's not anything terrible. But we're going to use that cash to invest into our capital region here. Ooh, 300 gold and 10 opinion of us. Do it. I like it. Doesn't even make us indebted to her. Sounds good. So we're going to continue to upgrade these areas. Actually, I'm going to upgrade our personal castles first. I feel like that's something that I should probably do. So we'll do that. There we go. And then we'll come back over here and we were going to upgrade this city. And we can actually get another upgrade going. This is just a very minor thing here. Yeah, we'll get those rolling. Sounds good. Solid progress there. We do get another perk here, and we're going to go for cutting cornerstones. Make that a little bit cheaper in the future. We should also try to manage our stress a little bit. So, I mean, there's a lot of things we can do here to do that. First thing we're going to do is we're going to indulge in drink. What could possibly go wrong? We're going to seclude ourselves. What could possibly go wrong? We're going to confess. What could possibly go wrong? Excellent. We're down to stress level 1. That's a big benefit for us. So that is very pleasing. That con has died. That's okay. We're going to put in... That's a very high learning skill. But we're going to put in our next highest one, which would be this person, but I don't want to pay to recruit them because we are greedy. So we're going to go for the Khan of Estonia. There we go. That ought to make him pretty happy. Let's see what else we can do over here as far as upgrades go. We can put in meadows. Beautiful. And we'll be able to put in some upgrades over here into the monasteries or into the pastoral lands, and that is fine. But that needs additional cash, so we'll wait on that. No factionalism at this point. Are we going to go an entire episode here without being... I feel like we might at this point. I feel like we might. That's great. You can see we're still spreading out over this way. Just not as quickly because we're not focused on that. But what we really need to do right now is get all of this ranked up. We need to get mangonels, burrs, battlements all finished. Household soldiers would be amazing. Arched saddle and horseshoes would be both pretty good. That said, we need to talk about our men-at-arms. We put in the rule a long time ago that we could only have horse archers and onagers because of the whole Mongol theme. But here's what I'm thinking. Once we are able to get our 9 men-at-arms regiments, I feel like they should be heavy, like armored horsemen for those 3. And I feel like that's okay because that's basically what the Mongol army was primarily, was horse archers and armored horsemen, like heavy cavalry. I mean, there was some light cavalry in there, to be sure. In fact, I think there's a lot of light cavalry. But that's what I'm thinking right now, is armored horsemen for this last row of men-at-arms. So that's the overall idea. We did just finish constructing our hunters' lodges here. We're going to upgrade those there. If you disagree with that men-at-arms layout, please let me know. And keep in mind that men-at-arms layout is not intended to be optimal. It is intended to be kind of more roleplay-y. So there's that. Just checking our way through here, seeing if there's anything available to be upgraded, and in fact there is. So that's wonderful. And it looks like we do make it through this whole episode without a single war. And I'm very happy about that. That'll change soon. Very soon. But for now, we are getting exponentially more powerful by not being at war, and that is great. It is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.